From the IB Network and the Box Drop Remote Studios here in Grand Junction, Colorado, this is Dave Alley, and this is the Adventure Alley Show. Hi, everyone. Dave Alley here for the Adventure Alley Show. And before I get through the topics that we're going to discuss today on the show, I want to get something off my chest, and probably there's a few other people in the state that probably would feel the same way as I do. And that's the overpopulation of rats, skunks, and snakes here in the state. No, and I'm not talking about those furry little rats that are running out in your backyard, or the skunk you're trying to whack with a broom to get him out of your house, and that could be your uncle or your aunt as well, or the snakes that are trying to catch the rats outside and eat them. No, I'm talking about the rats, skunks, and snakes that are coming here to Colorado from out of state. And I'm not one that was going to shut the border and don't want anybody to come in. But if you're coming in here from California, New York, New Jersey, or Illinois, and I don't want to piss any of you people off, but if I do, that's just tough luck, friends. But if you do come to Colorado, you are welcome. But leave your politics, your attitude, and your bad habits at home. Or stay at home. It's just one of those deals where when the economy is good everywhere, people are running back and forth trying to get a good job, and I have absolutely no problem with that, because I was once in the big corporate world myself. But the fact remains is, if you're going to make a move, if you're going to go somewhere else, don't bring your attitude with you that everything has to stay the same like it is here in California, or the same thing it is here in New York City. We don't want to hear it, and we don't want to be, and we don't want to live that way. We've got too many of your liberal people here in this state as it is. And I am not a liberal, and I am a very conservative person, and everybody knows that. But if you don't like it, don't listen. And if you don't think that there's not a lot of people here in the state of Colorado that aren't like me, you're wrong. Most of us live over here in God's country in the Western Slope. And there are a bunch of people over in the Eastern Slope that want to change things to make it like California, or New Jersey, or New York City, or Chicago. But we don't want it to be that way here. And if you're going to be that way, you're not going to have any chance to be a friend of mine. And I know that you probably don't care, and I probably don't care that you don't care. So there you go. Anyway, I got it off my chest. I feel better. Whew. I got to take some blood pressure pills. We're going to talk about today's topics. We're going to talk about the largest bear ever killed in Alaska, the grizzly bear that was poached in Montana. They are going to have opening up a hunt for grizzly bears in Montana sometime this year. So that'll be interesting. I want to talk about the Yellowstone wild animal attacks, and that's another frustrating topic. Fire restrictions here in the western part of the country. And just as they probably are anywhere, people have asked me, "Hey, can you actually build a fire in the state parks or the national parks or the national forest?" I'm going to give you some information on that as well. I'm going to give you some information on the summer camping menus, how to cook if you can't have a campfire. I'm also going to talk about some amazing rivers that you can take a boat trip on or a raft trip on this year. Also, I got some information on new fishing bait that's phenomenal. In Lake Erie, here's something that you guys haven't heard for a long, long time. Speaking of Chicago and Illinois, Lake Erie. I don't know. Maybe that's not even close to. Is that Lake Superior? No, that's got Lake Erie. No, I don't know what it is. But anyway, bass fishing on Lake Erie is the best that it has been in over 25 years. That's right, you've heard me. 25 years they haven't caught as many nice bass, healthy bass, and bass you can actually eat coming out of Lake Erie. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. That's an amazing story in itself. We're going to talk about new fishing bait. We're going to talk about the environmental review starting from 1970 to the current. We're going to talk about the shotgun for bugs. We didn't talk about that last time. That's really a cool thing. Also going to talk about the 10 best places to see UFOs in the United States. We're going to get to that one right out of the gate here just because that's something that I know everybody is interested in. I know when I was a kid, and I wasn't a kid. I was probably 35, 36. I don't know. But I'm a kid. I was a kid then. But I used to I don't know if I've told you guys about this in the past. I used to lie awake in bed and listen to the radio, and they would have this program on that would tell us all about ghosts and spirits, and a lot of times they would talk about UFOs. and it was quite good. And UFOs aren't, in my opinion, aren't as scary as talking about snakes and ghosts and that kind of stuff. I'm actually still afraid of ghosts even to today. Sometimes I'm afraid of the dark. I always try to walk around with a flashlight, especially in the night, because I'm afraid of the dark. But that's neither here nor there. But I got some other good stuff to talk about, and got some food that I want to talk about. Some food that you can actually prepare before and after if you cannot have a campfire or you cannot have a stove or any type of flame in the national forests or in the great outdoors. Just some stuff that you can actually still go into the great outdoors and enjoy yourself and still have food to eat, even though you don't cook it. So there you go. That's what I got starting with today. That's the topics. But I think I'm going to jump right into the world's largest grizzly bear. And I've done a lot of research on this particular story, and I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard some places and read some places where it is true. I've also seen some places where they say it's not true, and I've seen some places where they say, well, they can't really verify it one way or another. But I'm going to tell you what I know and what I've read, and you can make a determination if you think if it's a true story or not. Anyway, here it is. Before I tell you this, I ran across several pictures, and I'm going to post those on my Facebook page. And if you are any type of a person at all that grisms that doesn't like grisly pictures, or that's the wrong adjective, a picture that's gruesome, that's the word I'm looking for. Do not look at these pictures because they are, absolutely unbelievably bad. And they look real to me. But anyway, so what happens here is that this guy that works for the park, or actually the National Forest Service in Alaska, was out deer hunting, and he ran across this big old bear. And I'll tell you how big this bear was. But he ran across this bear when he was deer hunting. Now I don't know what time of year that was that he was deer hunting. But I guess the story just came out in like the last 2 weeks, so it's got to be either sometime last winter or early spring for it to get down or not to get down this far. But anyway, he was out hunting a deer, and this large grizzly bear charged him, and it was about 50 yards away. Well, the guy, he at least had a good gun. He was hunting with a 7mm. Now, if you were going to hunt a deer here in Colorado with a 7mm, that's like going out hunting with an 8-inch howitzer. That gun has a lot of momentum, and it's got a bullet on it that's literally the size of a mortar shell. But anyway, he was out hunting with a 7M semi-automatic, and it's a good thing it was a semi-automatic in this case, rifle. And he saw this bear, this big grizzly bear, charging him. He was about 50 yards away. Well, the guy unloaded his 7mm on the bear, and the big bear got down and he hit the bear. He thought he hit the bear. He hit the bear. Boy, I need to have a hit of the bear. To continue with this story. I'm scared to death. But he hit the bear. He thought at least the magazine or the clip of this 7mm would hold 5 rounds. And he thought that he hit the bear 5 times. And anyway, the bear went down about 10 yards from where literally he was standing. It scared him to death. I was been scared too. I had to pee my pants, twice right over. But anyway, the bear wasn't quite dead when he hit the ground, so he automatically reloaded his gun, and I bet he was fumbling all over himself trying to put bullets in that thing. And then he shot him a couple times more in the head, which killed the bear. And this thing is amazing. He said the bear, the National Forest Service came out and actually got the bear and took it into whatever town, I think it was Anchorage, to check on this bear. And they said the bear stood about 12 feet 6 inches high from the shoulders and about 14 feet to the top of its head. Now that would be like me standing on the ground flat-footed with the bear standing flat-footed, and I would literally be looking at his belly button. That's how big this baby was. Wow. Anyway, the Wildlife Commission there up in Alaska, it's called the Alaskan Fish and Wildlife Commission, is going to stuff the bear. They're going to put it in their Anchorage Airport just to, so people can see it as they come into town or when they're leaving town. Probably a good way to see it either one way or another. But they said that after they got to looking at this bear and did an autopsy on it, they found that actually the bear did eat 2 humans about 72 hours prior to the guy from the Wildlife Commission that actually killed the bear. And they said they saw and there's some pictures of it. It's gruesome. Pictures of body parts laying around with the bear and eating everything except for the guy's shoes, and that's even gross. But they also said that the person that the bear ate, actually they said he ate two people. One of them had a gun and had put it was a .38 caliber, and he said that the bear actually had 1 or 2 of those slugs in him as well. But he said that probably just made the bear even more pissed off and mad. So that's why he was attacking the guy from the Wildlife Service. But this is an amazing story, and if it's true, I am absolutely impressed that this joker had the wits and the guts with him to shoot this thing. But what are you going to do? You're 50 yards away, and a 1,000-pound bear comes running towards you. What are you going to do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, especially if I've got a gun that big. I'm going to throw every ounce of lead at that thing that I possibly can and hope and pray to God that everyone hits that bear somewhere where it's going to make a difference and knock him down. Well, for a good thing for this guy that did it, it did work, and he came out of it all okay. And he'll have his name in the record books. Now, his name is not – they did not release his name because – he probably wanted to go home and change his pants because I'm sure he relieved himself several times after that experience. But what a hair raiser that is. He may not even go back out in the bush again. I don't. If I got in a position like that where I was attacked by or was hunting and a bear was coming at me like that, I would be scared to death. I mean, I'm a scared to death when I see a little snake on the ground. I don't know what I'd be with a bear. But anyway, good job for him, and so make your own determination whether you believe this story or not. I think I'm 50-50 on it. I think I am. My goodness, I don't know if I really have any interest in hunting a grizzly bear. I mean, I don't care if it's a cub. Well, first of all, I wouldn't shoot a cub, but I don't know if I would go a grizzly bear hunting. But maybe if I had bigger kahunas like Hillary Clinton, maybe I would go grizzly bear hunting. So anyway. Grizzly bear hunting, oh my. Gotta take a break. Be right back.
Hi everyone, this is Dave Alley of the Adventure Alley Show on the IB Network, inviting you to join me every Thursday at 3 o'clock and then again at 9 o'clock for a show on the great outdoors. I will inform and hopefully entertain you on everything outdoors, such as ideas on camping, fishing, hunting, as well as reviewing local microbreweries and sports bars. Also, please follow me on Twitter at Adventure Alley or email me at adventurealley@ibnetwork.us.
Programming produced by and for the Internet Broadcasting Network can be found on TuneIn. Be sure to take us with you by using the TuneIn app on all your mobile devices. This is the IB Network.
This week, my name is Harley Mitchell. Next week, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll use your name. You see, I'm a cyber criminal, and I steal information that defines who you are. Things like your driver's license number, your birth date, your home address, your office address, your social security number, your medical information, insurance cards, business licenses, and if I can get it, your birth certificate. If I can get one, I can get the rest. It's not personal. It's just business. Once I have your information, I bundle it with others and I sell it. Not just once, but over and over and over and over and over.
Due to recent massive data breaches, your personal information is now available for cyber criminals like Harley to buy and sell to their underworld counterparts for profit. Bad people with bad intentions hiding behind your identity. Don't be fooled and lock down your financial life. Use the professionals that Fortune 500 companies use, ID Shield and Legal Shield. It costs less and reaches further. Don't lock down your life. Call Andrea Wacker and get the right protection for the right problem. Andrea Wacker is your Lady of Justice. Call now at 719-243-3174. That's 719-243-3174.
Hi everybody, Dave Alley here for the Adventure Alley Show. We were talking about looking at grizzly bear hunts coming up here in the great outdoors. We're not talking about just regular bears. We're talking about grizzly bears. Wyoming and Montana are having, and they were approved by their wildlife agencies to have an open season for grizzly bears, but you have to apply for them and draw for one of their tags. So if you have an interest in hunting bears, grizzly bears, not regular bears, but grizzly bears, not teddy bears, not Trumpy bears. Have you seen those commercials with Trumpy bears? They're great. But if you have an interest in hunting grizzly bears up in Wyoming or Montana, get your application into them right away. You can go to their websites and then find out how to do it. It's pretty simple. You probably just go to, like Wyoming would be Wyoming parksandwildlife.com or .org, I guess, and apply for a tag. And if you get one, be careful. I certainly wouldn't want to go, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk a little about Yellowstone wild animal attacks. And this happens probably just about in every national park here in the great United States. I know it happens up at Rocky Mountain National Park, periodically, and up in the Yosemite periodically, and so forth. But Yellowstone National Park has the most attacks by wild animals on visitors than any other park in the United States. And why is that? Well, I'll tell you the reason that there are more attacks in Yellowstone than any other park. And that is because the people that go up there are dumb. They're stupid. Not because they want to go up to Yellowstone and see a beautiful spot with a lot of geysers, which is probably going to go off sometime and blow a big hole in the whole United States and put a big old cloud of smoke up, which is going to probably choke and gag everybody in Chicago. No, I'm talking about people that go to Yellowstone and see a buffalo. And this is the deal. A lady was gored a week ago in Yellowstone National Park because she got out of her car and she walked over to a big buffalo bison bull who was laying under a shade tree, and she ran up to the bull to take a picture. Well, she couldn't get the buffalo bull bison to make any type of movement, so she went over and touched the bull bison. Well, the bison doesn't like her. I don't like her. The bull bison jumped up and gored the woman. Well, luckily for her, she didn't die. And luckily for the bull, they didn't kill him because what was he doing? He was enjoying himself, chewing his curd, or is that cud? Curd, yeah, curd is something you eat up in Wisconsin. The buffalo was chewing on his cud and relaxing, trying to get a little bit out of the sun and smack at a fly with his tail. And here comes up this idiot wanting to take the picture of the bull while he was laying down trying to enjoy himself. Now, if I was laying in a hammock underneath a tree trying to enjoy myself and get out of the sun, and somebody comes running up to me with a camera and tries to take my picture and then starts poking me with their finger because I won't move, what am I going to do? Yeah, I'm going to get up and I'm smack them upside the head. Well, The bull did it. The lady, thank goodness, lady's is not going to die. But the fact remains is this happens day after day, week after week, month in, month out in all of our national parks. People are so stupid that they think that a wild animal will not hurt them. People, listen to me. They're called wild for a reason, and that's because they don't live in a zoo. They don't have a gate or a fence around them. Don't touch them. Don't get out of your car. Don't approach them, because if you do, you probably are going to get attacked. And I'm not talking about like that grizzly bear that attacked that poor hiker up in Alaska, but these people need to understand. I mean, and there are signs everywhere up there in Yellowstone. Do not feed the animals. Do not get out of your car and approach the animals. Do not touch the animals. Do not do anything that would upset an animal, because that is where they live. It's like somebody breaking into your house and wanting to change your TV channel when you're trying to finish the last segment of the Gilmore Girls. It's not going to happen. Don't do it. So anyway, if you're going to go to a national park, state park, it doesn't make any difference. If you're going to go up into to the national forest, and you see a wild animal, don't run over and try to take a selfie with it, because what they're going to probably do is they're going to probably take that phone away from you and bite you on the leg. Anyway, that's another rant. I got to go take another blood pressure pill. But anyway, people are stupid. Oh, I swear to God, absolutely just incredibly dumb. Can I build a fire in the national park or the state park? Well, during drought season, and this is, we are in a drought right now. It's one of the worst droughts we've had here in the United States for a long, long time. At least portions of the West. You can't have a fire unless it says that you can. As most state parks, most national parks will let you have a small fire, as long as you keep it in the facility or the structure that they have prepared for you to have that fire in. Now, if you just want to go out and start a fire, out in the middle of I'm going to walk down to this lake here and start up a fire and, and maybe cook up a fish if I catch one. No, you can't do that. You got to have it. It's got to be in the structure that's provided by the state parks. Now, there are some state parks and there are some national parks that won't let you have a fire. They'll let you have a charcoal fire in case you want to grill up a hamburger, a fish fillet, or something. But most parks are or if you wanted to cook something up on a gas stove. But the majority of the parks, I want to say 50% of them, will let you have a bonfire, campfire, small one, but they'll let you have one. And they'll even most of them will sell wood if you want to go that direction. So I've been asked, can I have a campfire in a state park or a national park? You can, but you need to read the regulations of each place that you're going into. For a good example, Colorado National Monument here in Mesa County, Grand Junction, Colorado, you're welcome to have a fire as long as it's only with charcoals. You cannot have an open burn fire because it's too damn dry. I mean, it's just dry. What's drier, but it's here than most places. But we live in a desert. You just can't have a fire. Other places, you're welcome to have a campfire and read the regulations and if there's burn restrictions. So if there are burn restrictions, please follow the guidelines and the laws that they have set, because it's you don't want to be accused, and you certainly don't want to be the one that starts a fire, because it's not only is it not good for us or the environment or the wildlife, it's probably not going to be good for your wallet. So don't take any chances. Well, let's see what else we've got here. Let's talk about some ideas for things that you need to take with you when you go on a summer camping out in the great outdoors. Got a couple of things to talk about. One, since there are fire restrictions and so forth, things that you can do to actually enhance your menu a little bit. But let's talk about what you need to take if you're actually going to go up into the high country and camp out. Now, if you're going to camp out in a trailer or you're going to take some other sort of a camper with you, there's a lot of things that you can do that a lot of people can't do if you're going to go backpacking in the backcountry with just a backpack and a small sleeping bag. But if you are going to go in the backcountry and you are going to do some camping in the great outdoors, a lot of things you need to make sure that you take. You got to take some dry clothes. You got to take some dry socks. You got to take actually more socks than you take shirts. And I know that's hard, or underwear. And I know that's even hard for me to believe that. That kind of gives me the chafing feeling right there and there. But anyway, that's what you got to do. But also you got to make sure that the stuff that you're going to take with you and backpack into wherever you're going to visit the great outdoors, that you don't make the pack so heavy that it hurts you, or you get to a point where you get exhausted, or you get too tired, or you get your muscles fatigued to the point where you just can't go on. Because that is a good sign right there that you're going to have problems getting in or getting out, and that is something you definitely do not want to know. But you got to have a good sleeping bag. You have to have a good tent that's actually waterproof. Let a lot of people go camping in the backwoods, backpacking, and take a nice sleeping bag, but they take a tent that's not waterproof. What? Are you kidding me? Take a waterproof tent. Most of them are, but you need to read the directions on all the tents. And sometimes it doesn't hurt to spray a little silicone on all these tents. Even the ones that are pure nylon, it's supposed to be water resistant or waterproof. A little of that spray on them will help out quite a bit. I've used it, year after year. I put that silicone on my shoes. Hell, I put it on my toothbrush sometimes to get my teeth clean. But it actually does work. Make sure you took a good pair of hiking shoes. There's nothing worse than going, in the backwoods and you're trying to do some hiking on a pair of flip-flops. Wrong. Don't do it. Not only will you might get bit by a snake, but you're going to probably stub your toe, and then you're going to be in a world of hurt. You have a snake bite on one leg and a swollen toe on the other, so don't do it. There's a bunch of other stuff that you should take. Take some water filters. Make sure and some water. Take a lot of water. But if you do go to the part where you're going to be a couple days, take some water filters, water tablets, where you can actually make sure that the water coming out of a spring or a river or something that you don't get the big D. That's diarrhea, and that's never a good time, especially whether you're in the high country or you're down in New Mexico, drinking those margaritas. So you don't ever want to get the big D. So I wonder if that's how Dallas was named, the Big D after Montezuma's revenge. Nah, probably not. But anyway, make sure that you got plenty of clothes, good shoes, got a good tent, got a waterproof tent, got a good sleeping bag to keep you down or keep you warm, at least when the temperature gets down to probably 20 degrees. Make sure you take some food, take a lot of good snacks, and take some bug spray. And make sure that you take some, not only the bug spray, but you take some stuff to put a sunscreen to put on your skin so you don't burn yourself, because in high elevation, you're going to burn in 2 seconds, friend. 2 seconds. Take a hat, and then take a pair of gloves, and maybe a wool hat to put over your head if you get cold at night. Anyway, that's kind of the basics, but I'll have more for you on that later. Got to take another break. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Hi everyone, this is Dave Alley of the Adventure Alley Show on the IB Network, inviting you to join me every Thursday at 3 o'clock and then again at 9 o'clock for a show on the great outdoors. I will inform and hopefully entertain you on everything outdoors, such as ideas on camping, fishing, hunting, as well as reviewing local microbreweries and sports bars. Also, please follow me on Twitter at Adventure Alley or email me at adventurealley@ibnetwork.us.
Programming produced by and for the Internet Broadcasting Network can be found on TuneIn. Be sure to take us with you by using the TuneIn app on all your mobile devices. This is the IB Network.
This week, my name is Harley Mitchell. Next week, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll use your name. You see, I'm a cyber criminal, and I steal information that defines who you are. Things like your driver's license number, your birth date, your home address, your office address, your social security number, your medical information, insurance cards, business licenses, and if I can get it, your birth certificate. If I can get one, I can get the rest. It's not personal. It's just business. Once I have your information, I bundle it with others and I sell it. Not just once, but over and over and over and over and over.
Due to recent massive data breaches, your personal information is now available for cyber criminals like Harley to buy and sell to their underworld counterparts for profit. Bad people with bad intentions hiding behind your identity. Don't be fooled and lock down your financial life. Use the professionals that Fortune 500 companies use, ID Shield and Legal Shield. It costs less and reaches further. Don't lock down your life. Call Andrea Wacker and get the right protection for the right problem. Andrea Wacker is your Lady of Justice. Call now at 719-243-3174. That's 719-243-3174.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Dave Alley, and this is the Adventure Alley Show. We got to talking about things to take when you go backpacking up in the high country and some of the basic stuff, and I think probably everybody's pretty well versed about that. But here's some information, the stuff that you can actually take with you or take you on just regular camping if there's fire restrictions. Sometimes there's fire restrictions because of drought. It's not that we have droughts every year, but it seems like over the last few years we've had more than our share of droughts. But here's kind of a basic menu that you can take if you can't cook, and I've done this many times. Pork and beans. You don't have to cook pork and beans to eat them, or other canned vegetables. If they're in a can, you can eat them. And they're probably 100% cooked, and they're definitely going to taste better than eating a piece of that rubbery bubble gum that you can't get the taste out of your mouth with that. Also, if you want to think about maybe taking some energy bars, some Pop-Tarts, take some regular vegetables. I mean, if you're not going to go for too long, you can actually put them in a baggie with some of those pieces of keeps them cold. And the vegetables will stay good for at least a couple, 3 days. Dry cereal is always good. Oh my God, I've eaten dry cereal right out of a box. And it's better than going to bed hungry. Well, maybe not. But, try it. If you get hungry and your stomach growls, it's better than, your stomach growling and here comes a big old bear thinking it's another bear. Anyway, dry cereal is okay. Nuts, dried fruit. This is all good stuff. Jerky. Now, there's something. Beef jerky. There are only 50,000 different varieties, flavors, and potential gout-giving reasons to eat beef jerky. But beef jerky is good. It's got a lot of protein in it. It's got a lot of flavor. And actually, it's actually pretty good for you. As long as you don't get carried away and eat too much, then you get up the next day and your big toe hurts because you got the gout, and then you want to hope you shoot your toe off so you can make it down the hill to get home. But anyway, that's there. Trail mix is always a favorite. I remember when we used to make the trail mix back in the day in the 70s when they didn't even make it like they do now. We had to make our own and roll your own too. So there you go. Dried foods. There's also freeze dried foods. Here you go. Ready meals ready to eat. Does that ring a bell to anybody that's been in the military? MREs. Meals ready to eat. Crack them open, rip them open, and there you go. Eat them all you can. 2,000 calories. That's they were made for the fighting man, not the faint at heart. So if you're going to buy an MRE, you can buy them anywhere that they sell any type of sporting goods stores, any place where they have surplus, Army surplus, Navy surplus. They always have the MREs there. So knock yourself out on that. And all the stuff that I'm talking about here is you don't need the refrigeration for it. How many times have you gone to bed up camping in the high country and you just can't get a fire started because it's either raining or there's a fire restriction or your damn camp stove doesn't work? You want something to eat before you go to bed. Open up a can of pork pork and beans. My God, that makes my mouth water just thinking about that. Chips, crackers, they're all good. All that stuff is all good for you. You don't have to have refrigeration. Don't eat a lot of it. But if you're not going to go for that long, you're not going to starve to death. You can actually, if you wanted to, go out and eat ants or snails or something off of the land if you wanted to do that as well. So, and I don't know who in the hell would want to do that, but maybe you would. Okay, let's go here to the top 10 places to see UFOs in the United States. Boy, is this going to be fun. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a UFO. I have seen a couple in my life, and there's times I've seen what I thought was a UFO, but maybe it wasn't. But if you do see something, or you think you might see something, it still gives you a thrill. I'm not going to lie to you. It's thrilling to see stuff like that. But anyway, the number one spot to see a UFO in the United States is Los Angeles, California. Now you're talking about a huge city in a very overpopulated place, in a state that's way overpopulated with a lot of fruits and nuts running around. So there's probably going to be a lot of sightings that probably aren't really UFOs, but who knows? They may be. But there are more reports in Los Angeles about UFOs all over the sky, all over the southern part of California. And I don't know. The places that I read about the UFO stories, Los Angeles just doesn't come to mind. Now, what does come to mind is Phoenix, Arizona. Now, they've had some of the biggest UFO sightings, in the country down there. And the one was back in 1997. It was called the Phoenix Lights, and it had all those huge lights that were shaped in triangles, and they were moving back and forth in the sky. People were panicking. Everybody's seen the pictures of all this stuff. People were panicking. People were partying. People were having fun. People were running to church. They just couldn't figure out what in the world was going on. And to this day, they have never been explained, except for they're saying it was either some sort of a swamp gas or some sort of lights that were reflecting off of some sort of a cloud structure from the lights there in Phoenix. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. That still is a mystery to me. Okay, let's talk about Roswell, New Mexico. There you go. This is the extraterrestrial highway. There has been more sightings of humans or unhumans walking up and down that highway number 51, than there was anywhere else in the United States. Those aliens are trying to hitchhike their way to Los Angeles. But I don't know if they're going to Los Angeles, if they're going to actually go to Phoenix. But they want to get the hell out of New Mexico, and I can't blame them. It's hot down there. There's nothing to see down there except for themselves. But anyway, there you go. Roswell, New Mexico, just so you know, is kind of the mother of all UFOs, because that's where they had the original sighting back in the 1940s. I think it was 45 or 46. No, 45. It was like 46 or 47. But then down around that Roswell, New Mexico as well. So Roswell, New Mexico. That's wow. That's the road going from Roswell, New Mexico to Midway, New Mexico is the fourth most visited by aliens in the United States. Matter of fact, that's where they had that crash back in here it is, 1947. And those aliens are still trying to get the hell out of Roswell and try to find a place how to get back to wherever they came from. So if you want to really see a lot of good stuff, go down to Roswell. Number 5, now I would have never determined this, but it's Deuce, New Mexico. They said that actually aliens are working side by side with humans down there in some sort of a cult type structure. Or they got a little cult. What is it? What I'm trying to say here. But it's kind of like a commune with a cult commune with all these aliens running around there with humans and trying to populate themselves. And I don't know what they're doing. Would you have sex with an alien? The ones I've seen with the pictures. Hell no, I wouldn't. But maybe if I was hard up. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that either. But anyway, Deuce, New Mexico. If you want to go down and see some aliens that are they're actually having some fun with humans and vice versa, go on down there. They say that there's a lot of ruins down there that were not ruins, but structures that are built. These people have built. These aliens have built. So they're experimenting with themselves to try to get a hybrid type of a person. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Don't know. But anyway, let me take a break here real quick, and then I'll come back and finish up this list. Hi, Dave Alley here for the Adventure Alley Show. Just trying to finish up on the top 10 places in the United States to see UFOs. We were at always up to number 5. Number 6 is Southern Lake, Michigan. Now, when you think of UFOs, do you think of anywhere up in Michigan or Minnesota or anywhere up in that area where it's so damn cold that those poor aliens, especially as thin as their skin is, or it seems to be, they would have no interest in absolutely staying up there. But apparently, they're over Lake Michigan. There are these orange glows, these orange they look like orbits in the sky all the time during the summer and even sometimes during the fall. So if you're up in the Michigan Lake Superior, Lake Michigan area, look up to the sky, especially during the latter parts of the evening, and or the first thing in the morning, and you'll see these orange orbits running around or floating around or dashing about the sky. So always look up. Now here's another one that's crazy. Number 7 on the list for the most popular places to see UFOs. Cleveland, Ohio, which is literally on Lake Erie, which again, they see lights and these orbits over Lake Erie all the time, especially in the summer and early winter. Cleveland, Ohio. Wow. I've never been to Cleveland, and I'm sorry to say that. It must be a nice town. They do have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there, which sometime I'd actually like to go see that. I do believe some of my heroes are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But wow. Anyway, if you want to go up and see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, see your heroes in the music industry or past music industry, and see some aliens and some UFOs, go to Cleveland. There you go. Number 8, Saguache County, USA. Now, this is a place near and dear to my heart because I know exactly where this place is, and there have been numerous stories. I mean, too many for me to even remember that there were cattle mutilations, and there were all types of stars. There were lights in the sky that were coming back and forth. And but they have the highest percentage of UFO sightings per capita anywhere in the United States. But they're only at number 8. That's just because that there's not as many people that live down there. And if you knew exactly where this was in Saguache County, you would understand, because there's not a whole hell of a lot there. There's a lot of nothing. There's not even a lot of sagebrush down there. But they do have a swimming pool down there in Hooper, Colorado. A nice hot springs pool that you could attend. It's bathing suits are optional, of course. But if you go down there and you want to jump into a naked pool, a hot pool with some other people, and view some UFOs, bring your own, roll your own. But go on down. That's a good place to see. Lights in the sky. You're probably going to see some aliens too walking around or trying to hitchhike back to Los Angeles. Anyway, enough on that. Number 9 is Gulf Break, Florida. Don't know anything about that. Don't have any information on that. And then the last one, number 10, is the Mayfield, Texas area, where they say the UFOs come out at least once a month, and that they are so bright and so strong that even the armadillos going down the road are scared to death and run off into the bush and hide. So I don't know if that's a big line of BS from those Texans down there or not. I really don't know. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say that's true. Yeah. So if you go down to Mayfield, Texas, during the middle of the night, and if you do see a UFO, you won't see an armadillo. So there you go. Oh, boy, that is just wonderful, wasn't it? Well, I'm going to take one more break, and I'll come back and finish this up.
Hi, everyone. This is Dave Alley of the Adventure Alley Show on the IB Network. inviting you to join me every Thursday at 3 o'clock and then again at 9 o'clock for a show on the great outdoors. I will inform and hopefully entertain you on everything outdoors, such as ideas on camping, fishing, hunting, as well as reviewing local microbreweries and sports bars. Also, please follow me on Twitter at Adventure Alley or email me at adventurealley@ibnetwork.us.
Programming produced by and for the Internet Broadcasting Network can be found on TuneIn. Be sure to take us with you by using the TuneIn app on all your mobile devices. This is the IB Network.
This week, my name is Harley Mitchell. Next week, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll use your name. You see, I'm a cyber criminal, and I steal information that defines who you are. Things like your driver's license number, your birth date, your home address, your office address, your social security number, your medical information, insurance cards, business licenses, and if I can get it, your birth certificate. If I can get one, I can get the rest. It's not personal. It's just business. Once I have your information, I bundle it with others and I sell it. Not just once, but over and over and over and over and over.
Due to recent massive data breaches, your personal information is now available for cyber criminals like Harley to buy and sell to their underworld counterparts for profit. Bad people with bad intentions hiding behind your identity. Don't be fooled and lock down your financial life. Use the professionals that Fortune 500 companies use, ID Shield and Legal Shield. It costs less and reaches further. Don't lock down your life. Call Andrea Wacker and get the right protection for the right problem. Andrea Wacker is your Lady of Justice. Call now at 719-243-3174. That's 719-243-3174. Have you ever thought about hosting your own radio show? Well, broadcasting and hosting your own radio show on the Internet Broadcasting Network is the perfect way to get your message out in a dynamic, effective, and timely way. You will gain instant credibility as the expert by showcasing your knowledge and capabilities. Never been in front of a studio microphone before? No problem. We will empower you to become the best host you can be by using our expertise in all aspects of producing, engineering, and marketing a high-quality, professional-sounding broadcast for your show. You will discover that utilizing the power and flexibility of the Internet Broadcasting Network can keep you in front of any audience you choose. Friends, family, existing clients, it doesn't matter. Over time, they can become a natural referral source. Monetize your show by selling audio spots during your program and placement ads on your show website. Sound interesting? Go to ibroadcasting.us for more information and give us a call. We will help you through every step of the way. This is the IB Network.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind? A place where you can walk into the past and feel special? The Stone Cellar Tavern is where you want to be. The Stone Cellar Tavern has been in the same place in Saguache, Colorado since 1890, with most of the original decor, including a 25-foot bar built by a woodworking company in Bavaria in 1897. The owner and bartender, Uncle Blaine, has been serving patrons for over 50 years and always has a good story to go with his aged scotch and ice-cold beer. Go back to the days of cowboys and rough riders. Go to the Stone Cellar Tavern on Main Street in Saguache, Colorado. There are daily and weekend specials with good times had by all. Yeehaw!
Did you know the highest level of brand awareness is top-of-mind awareness? Top-of-mind brand awareness is when a customer needs to make a purchase within your product category and they think of you first. Top-of-mind brand awareness is built through repeated exposure and consistent brand delivery. Tying your brand to one of our internet shows or one of our internet radio networks can expose your brand to hundreds of people every day. Think of how top-of-mind brand awareness can give you a huge advantage in the market when a customer is ready to buy and your brand immediately comes to mind first. It's affordable, consistent longevity that can reach your exact demographic locally or nationally. Call today, 719-243-3172. That's 719-243-3172.
Programming produced by and for the Internet Broadcasting Network can be found on TuneIn. Be sure to take us with you by using the TuneIn app on all your mobile devices. This is the IB Network.
Hi, Dave Alley here for the Adventure Alley Show. Just finished up on the UFOs. That was good stuff. I like talking about UFOs. I like talking about ghosts too. I'll talk about that sometime. I've got a bunch of information here on haunted places all over the great West, Mountain West, and the Rocky Mountain West here in the United States. We'll have that segment here one of these days too. But there's just so much stuff to go over, and speaking of, I was talking about going hunting with grizzly bears, or hunting for a grizzly bear, and I told you I don't think I could do it because I didn't have the kahunas like Hillary Clinton. But also, just so I don't know if you guys have heard this, but Maxine Waters had a rally last week, and CNN reported there was over 2,000 people that actually was out to support her in this rally. But when they did the final count, they found out that there was actually only 10 people that showed up to poor Maxine's her rally. And I guess it's only 10 people show up. Would that be like a mini rally, or would that be like a joke rally? I don't know. But anyway, and they also said of the 10 people that showed up for the rally, 4 of them were on Maxine's personal staff. So 6 people showed up for her rally. Maxine, you're loved, man. You are one loved woman. Go get him, sister. You are just a piece of work. And then we're going to talk here a little bit about the story that you guys have heard about the parakeet pimp, Frederica Wilson from the Democrat. She's a Democrat from Florida. She now has 2 new hoes in her little group, in her posse. Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell joined her in her posse. So there you go. I'm lucky. We're all lucky that Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell are now supporters and hoes for the parakeet pimp Frederica Wilson. And let me see what else is new here on. Anything new here on Nancy Pelosi? Well, last time I told you she got a 6-month promotional gig with Polydent to advertise and promote Super Polydent with her teeth falling out of her face, or out of her mouth, and she went with it. And the Polygrip is really keeping her teeth in her mouth. I got a congratulations, Nancy. Nice going, and thank you, Polydent, for giving her the chance to keep those teeth in her mouth and not on the floor. That makes us all feel better. However, even though the Polygrip is keeping her teeth in her mouth, it certainly is not keeping the lies from falling out of her mouth. So poor old gal, Nancy Pelosi, you are a piece of work, and you're an ugly woman too. So. But then people have said that about me. Not that I'm an ugly woman, but just that I'm ugly. But that's probably true. Well, let's see here what I can finish up on here. Here's a good story. I told you a couple of weeks ago about the Pecker Stretcher 44 Double D benefit run that strippers from of Las Vegas were having for the Northern California beavers, or not, the woodpeckers. But now the male strippers of Las Vegas aren't going to be outdone, and they're putting together a charity run for the Northern Nevada bald beavers. And what they're trying to do is they're going to not only have a 5K run, but they're also going to be selling the beaver gel for the. Let me see here. I'm going to get this right here. Beaver gel for the dry beaver. They're going to sell those tubes of beaver gel for the dry beavers, so they can send them up to the northern Nevada beaver population to help them get through their crisis of being dry beavers. So there you go. The Northern Nevada bald beavers are going to be certainly some benefit and some help from the strippers there, the male strippers there in Las Vegas. So, gosh, I don't know if I could stop with any better part than that about the beavers being serviced there up there in Northern Nevada from the male strippers there in Las Vegas. So, thank you guys, appreciate it. Anything to help the wildlife out, I'm all for it, and I know, but probably everybody else is too. So, well, with that, I better quit. And there's probably people pointing their finger at me saying, you are such a goofball, Allie, and that's probably the truth. But anyway, for the IB Network, my studio engineer, Tim Wacker, my equipment engineer, Carson Breeze, my IT engineer, Blake Olson, this is David Alley saying, go outside, have some fun, buy a jar or a tube of that beaver cream for those dry beavers up in northern New Mexico, and, well, it's actually in northern Nevada. So, everybody have a good time. Talk to you next time. This has been an Against the Grain production. This is the IB Network.
Hi, everyone. This is Dave Alley of the Adventure Alley Show on the IB Network, inviting you to join me every Thursday at 3 o'clock and then again at 9 o'clock for a show on the great outdoors. I will inform and hopefully entertain you on everything outdoors, such as ideas on camping, fishing, hunting, as well as reviewing local microbreweries and sports bars. Also, please follow me on Twitter at Adventure Alley or email me at adventurealley@ibnetwork.us.
Programming produced by and for the Internet Broadcasting Network can be found on TuneIn. Be sure to take us with you by using the TuneIn app on all your mobile devices. This is the IB Network.
This week, my name is Harley Mitchell. Next week, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll use your name. You see, I'm a cyber criminal, and I steal information that defines who you are. Things like your driver's license number, your birth date, your home address, your office address, your social security number, your medical information, insurance cards, business licenses, and if I can get it, your birth certificate. If I can get one, I can get the rest. It's not personal. It's just business. Once I have your information, I bundle it with others and I sell it. Not just once, but over and over and over and over and over.
Due to recent massive data breaches, your personal information is now available for cyber criminals like Harley to buy and sell to their underworld counterparts for profit. Bad people with bad intentions hiding behind your identity. Don't be fooled and lock down your financial life. Use the professionals that Fortune 500 companies use, ID Shield and Legal Shield. It costs less and reaches further. Don't lock down your life. Call Andrea Wacker and get the right protection for the right problem. Andrea Wacker is your Lady of Justice. Call now at 719-243-3174. That's 719-243-3174.